Now usually when I get ready to scrape, I always try to have my glue area that I haven't scraped in front of me, obviously, and I try to continue around the room that way, but for the sake of argument, since you can see the video, I'm going to go this direction. And the other thing I like about this particular handle, it's got this ridge around there, so when you put your hand there, that helps push it. And then after a while, if you get tired of pushing there, you can just use this. Some handles only have the handle here, they don't have this ring. Okay, so let's see here. The handle came loose, so I got to screw it back in. I just tightened it up, and look at that, my blade even fell out. That's what happens, I guess, if you don't have it tight. Remember I told you not to get it too tight? Well, I guess it can come out. Okay, get that just a hair tighter. Might not have it in the groove exactly in the right spot the whole way. Try it again. I don't know how much these are at the store, like $25 or so. Okay, so I'm putting my force here, which is transferring it over there, and cutting little strips going that way. See, that edge is already pretty much dull, so it's really not working much. Now if I want to start over here, I'm going to have to get the blade here and start a line, or I can flip this around, you know, and go this way. It's not doing a 100% job, and I was toying with the idea of not even getting this at all. But as you can see, the little bit I've done is going to help me once I get down on the floor with that small scraper. Man. The longer you have the handle, you can have the handle way up here if you want. But the less weight that you can transfer down there might make it easier that you don't have to bend down as far. But you're raising your elbow up here, your arm. But it's for whatever height you are, whatever feels comfortable to you, you can adjust this handle to it. You can see, in order to get it more, I'm going to have to push it up. This is way too high for me. So I can stand on there, get that down. Maybe I can lower it a little bit so I can get it up higher. Maybe and put a little bit more force on it. Just looking to get this better so I can use this scraper, and this scraper blade is dull. I'm going to have to change that before I start working more on this floor. Got a cord here. Don't ever make the assumption, I'll be careful with that, and then you slip and you gouge your cord, let's say. So I can tell I'm about as far as I can go with this one. granted, I've got from here, that direction. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna have to take a break with that one. And for my break, you know, I can stand up and don't forget to hydrate yourself. You get thirsty. I'm turning the air conditioner on too, by the way. I had it off, and I've got a fan in here I'm gonna turn on, and I'm gonna change this blade, get a drink of water, and then I'll get my knee pad out here. I'll get this out here and clean this up until as far as I can go. Then when I get tired, I'll stop using that, and then I'll get my long scraper out and I'll go this way. You know, as I stand up, getting off my knees, getting off my back, getting off my hands and all that. Back and forth I go, and once I get an area all scraped up all the way, I'll take some of my cleaner. I've got some cleaner here. I'm going to spray on this floor again, get it softened up more, because then I do a once over. And let me show you what I've been doing in here. You see, I first scraped all this, and all this has been scraped of one time over, you know, up to here. And I did all this with my small hand scraper, but then I went back from this point right here on back that way. I've already done that, and I got a little bit extra off and softened it up a little bit more. You can see the line where I've stopped right there. Okay, so once I get tired out there exerting all my energy, I can come back in here, use my razor scraper, the 4-inch, and then I'm going to go a little bit more, because there's still a few dark remnants in here. See all this area here? That's going to be a lot easier to get this second time around. And whatever I can get this time, I'll be lucky, because after that, I've got to spray more cleaner on this floor, because I want to get most of this black residue off of here. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to spray cleaner on it. I use orange cleaner, and you could use simple green. And see, I'm going to use this wire brush right here. And I ended up using something else, and I forget what that was called. You've been watching my videos, I name it each time, but the name of it is in here. And I'm not even sure if you can get this. 680 Energy Plus, safety, ecology, economy, non-polluting, and it's non-toxic and all kinds of other stuff. This was the little directions to it. And people safe, non-hazardous. Whoops. Let's see here, non-hazardous. There, non-toxic, non-caustic, non-fuming, non-flammable, non-explosive. So that's what I'm using. Energy Plus 680. I'm not even sure where you get that. You could Google it, let's say. And it came in a 5-gallon container here, and that's all concentrated. I put a little bit of that in my cleaning bottle and spray it on there. Okay, I've already sprayed this area throughout here. See how it's still moist? And it's still being activated, and I've stayed off this for a while because I want that to work. And that's fine, because as I sprayed that, I already had spray on here, and I scraped this. You do everything in sequence, and always work in front of yourself, ahead of yourself, okay? Because once I get this scraped off, this little section, I'll just do maybe a third of this or half of it, which half of it is about up to here. Once I get the razor scraper a lot cleaner with this little hand razor scraper, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to spray more cleaner on here. So it's going to start working. And as that's working, then I'll come over here and scrape this with the big scraper. Okay, have a plan and go for it. Now here's something I don't want you to miss. Okay, I'm changing this blade out. I just put the new one in, but there's a certain spot where it fits. You don't want to get it down too far and then try to tighten it up, because that is too far inside and it's harder to get it at an angle. It's not fitting in there just right. There's a definite little notch in there, a little dadoed area. So see, just kind of keep an eye on that. you can kind of see how far the blade sticks out from here up, let's say. Okay, just be careful of that when you change your blades. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.